I used the same prompt structure to create these 3 multi-panel comics with Midjourney's V8.1 model. In this video, I'll show you that formula and walk you through what I do when the results aren't quite right, because they won't always be on your first try. So the basic prompt formula looks like this. You start with your panel count, and then add your style description, then describe what you want in each panel. And one thing that I want to point out here is that I use directional language like left panel, right panel, instead of saying panel 1 and panel 2. Sometimes if I use numbers, Midjourney will put those numbers on each panel within the comic, which I generally don't want, so I just avoid numbering. Directional language is also more clear, especially once you have multiple rows. When I have more than 2 panels in a comic, I also like to add in words like upper, lower, and middle. So that's the formula. Pretty straightforward, but the way that you describe what goes into each panel can make a pretty big difference, and that's what I want to show you with these next examples. Our first example is a 2-panel comic, so we're starting off easy, and it's in a Japanese woodblock print style. A samurai looks out to sea and says he fears nothing, and then he's standing on a chair, terrified of a tiny spider on the floor. First, I just want to point out how the prompt follows the structure that I just shared. Feel free to pause if you want to read through it, but we have the panel count, followed by a few comma-separated style elements, then a description for the left panel and the right panel. I also chose a 2:1 aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is really important to consider with your multi-panel comics because you want to make sure that each panel has enough breathing room for the scene. So this is the full image grid I got from that prompt. These are okay, but I actually want him to be looking down at the spider and looking more fearful instead of just yelling. So I updated the right panel to say scared face expression and looking down at the floor to a tiny spider. And the results I got are better. He's looking down and looks more fearful, but his body is kind of blending in with the chair. He's not really standing on it. So I tried again and specified that he is standing up on the seat of a chair, and now every result looks great and is exactly what I want. So it's really important not to give up on your first try. There are a lot of things that can affect how accurately Midjourney portrays your prompt in an image. The more clearly you can communicate what you want in each panel, the better your results will be. Next, we have a 4-panel example in a children's storybook style. A fox looks up at an apple tree, builds a precarious tower of woodland objects, including a very confused turtle on top, climbs up, grabs an apple, and then the whole thing collapses, but the fox enjoys its apple. Or at least that's what's supposed to happen. Here's the first set of results. Not too bad, but the pile of woodland objects isn't always under the tree in every panel, which is important for the story to make sense. And the fox should be on top of the tower when he grabs the apple and not just standing on the ground. So here I tried to fix both of these issues. First, in the upper right panel, I added that the tower is at the base of the tree. In the lower left panel, I added that the fox grabs the apple from the tree before I just had grabbing an apple. And in the lower right panel, the collapsed tower is now underneath the tree. So just by putting the tree into those panel descriptions, I got a lot closer and the story is making more sense. But it's still not perfect because in the lower left panel, the turtle should be on top of the tower instead of on its own. So in my final prompt, I added that the fox is on top of the turtle at the top of the woodland objects tower, and now the story makes sense across all 4 panels. So the lesson here is that you can't always assume that Midjourney will carry over the entire context from one panel to the next. Sometimes you need to be a little redundant so that Midjourney better understands what you want. This next one is a 3-panel comic in a classic American newspaper comic style, and it took more than a few tries to get right. Here's where I started. A dog owner tells his dog to stay, a squirrel runs past the window, and then the owner stands next to a hole in the door where the dog ran through. There are a few things that I wanted to fix here. The middle panel had the owner in it when really I just want to focus on the squirrel. And the open door with a screen was a bit confusing for Midjourney. So first I simplified the middle panel to just be the squirrel running past the window, and I changed the description of the hole in the door in the right panel. That gave me these results, which are better, but now I have two new problems. The hole is too low on the door, and the owner isn't always wearing the same outfit across panels. So this is a type of situation where I've found that naming your characters in the prompt can really help with consistency across panels. So I named the dog owner Bob, and then I used his name again in the right panel, and I added that he looks perplexed. I also wanted to reinforce the environment for the scene by specifying that they're in a room. Sometimes just stating where they are with something as simple as in a room can make the scene more consistent across panels. And I added -- raw, which can help improve prompt adherence, and it did seem to help with getting the outside view to show up through the hole in the door more consistently. I'll address this unwanted text in a moment. Unfortunately, Bob didn't show up in the first panel in every result, but in the two where he does, he's in a near identical outfit when you compare the first and third panels. But I really wanted Bob to show up in the first panel every single time, and I still want a little more consistency in the scene. In that lower right result, you can see the wall in the middle panel looks like exterior siding. So I made two more changes. I described the room and carpet colors in the first panel, and I moved all of the information about Bob toward the beginning of that first panel description before mentioning the dog at all. So putting them together and talking about Bob before the dog gives him more weight in that first panel. Now Bob shows up every time, the room is more consistent, and we're almost done. I really like this result, but I want to get rid of this text. If you look at any old newspaper comic, you'll often see a name or a signature, so Midjourney has learned that it should put something there. The crack lines from this right panel are also spilling into the middle panel, and Bob's shirt is short sleeve here when it should be long sleeve. So I took that image into the editor, erased the parts that needed fixing. I didn't change the prompt text at all. I just ran it, Midjourney figured out what to do, and this was my final result. So a few things to keep in mind when you're making your own comics, and then I'll share where you can find some bonus examples. First, use directional language for your panels instead of numbers. This is often easier for Midjourney to understand, especially if you have more than 3 panels, and it prevents Midjourney from putting numbers on each panel. Second, use clear and concise language to describe what's happening in each panel. And if you have a lot going on in the storyline or have several panels, you'll also want to consider lowering your stylized value and possibly adding -- raw to help improve prompt adherence. If you have recurring characters, try naming them and use those names consistently throughout the prompt. And try a style reference. This is a really fun way to explore how your comic can look in different styles. I have a deep dive video on style references that I'll link below. Lastly, I know I didn't cover using a specific character, such as through an Omni reference. As of filming this, the OREF feature isn't available with V8.1 yet, but it should be very soon. I'll share more when it's released. For more multi-panel comic prompt examples, I'll be sharing a video over in my Patreon community. I have a ton of additional Midjourney tips and monthly prompt guides over there as well, so if you like my teaching style, go check that out. Or check out my beginner course, which includes updates throughout the year. If this video helped you, please give it a like and subscribe for more. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.